You're listening to the Lanterns Radio Network. We are the network dedicated to empowering the individual, illuminating the truth, defending American exceptionalism, and inspiring future generations. Stay connected and get involved at lanterns.buzz for great radio. Get commentary and news of the day. Lanterns.buzz.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. My name is Dylan. That's Steven.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hi.
Hey.
So we're okay, it's fine. We're on it. We've done a little bit of swapping around here. Steven has officially been hired as producer, and so I have had to give up the reins of being behind the board, and so this is a little awkward.
I have full control.
I know. So guess what, folks? I all those times of having him muted, I cannot promise that there might not be some retaliation.
Well, I mean, I plead the fifth. Plead the fifth.
You'll never prove anything.
Plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth. That's
plead
what
the
it's
fifth.
There for, folks.
That's what it is.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. We really appreciate it. You know, there's tons of other things you could be doing, but instead you're hanging it with us, so we appreciate it. Got an awesome show planned for y'all tonight. It's one that we have actually decided, and we're actually very proud of our title. It's Bigots, Traitors, and Trannies.
Oh my!
Oh my! And what show would not be complete without a tranny? I was just saying.
Wait, what? Hold on a second. What are we talking about here?
I'm just saying. You know, to any show of any kind in today's day and age, if you don't have a tranny in it, it just doesn't.
It just doesn't work.
It doesn't. You're not happy in the end. It's like you're left wanting.
I'm sorry. Wait. Are you saying that people want a happy ending?
Now, see, hold on. I didn't say anything like that. You did.
You said people want to be happy
in the
end.
You're putting words into my mouth.
Can I do the playback, please?
No.
Can I?
We're going to edit that out.
All right. Okay. So 3, 2, 1.
Okay. So we got a great show for y'all planned tonight. First thing we're going to talk about is a story that I was not aware of. Kind of a hidden little nugget.
It's a gem.
It is a gem for sure. We were actually during prep. We were talking. We were not going to talk about the typical things. We're not going to talk about Scalise and the shooting that happened a week ago. We weren't going to talk about all of this stuff. We had a completely different direction we were going to go. And let's just say things have gotten changed due to this is what happens when you read the news. So funny how that works, right?
Isn't that weird?
Isn't that going?
It just kind of happens.
It does happen.
Yeah, it does.
So on lanterns.buzz, our beloved site that we are attached to and our bosses, there was an article in the politics section. And the title is, I'm glad he got shot. Dem official removed after Scalise shooting comment. And
that kind of caught our eye.
Just a tad.
Just a bit.
Just a tad. Because again, we could have gone the route of, Johnny Depp was in England yesterday and asked when the last time an actor had assassinated a president, which for the record was Lincoln. See, that's the part I think I've gotten after hearing the story all day long today. And I know this is so far.
It's everywhere.
This is such a sidebar, I know, but just give me a second. So, but after hearing that story all day long, the one thing now that is driving me insane is the fact that he actually asked that question. I'm beginning to wonder, did he actually know? It's not so much that he to me.
Are you saying that he didn't know when the last time was?
Yes. I'm beginning to wonder, why would he have said that?
I don't.
I don't know. Sorry. Sorry. That ADD kicked in, y'all, and the keys just kind of jingled, and Dylan went, "Oh, look!" And it's just, sorry.
It's a shiny.
It did. So, but no, a Nebraska Democrat party officer was removed from his post on Thursday after an audio recording surfaced of him saying he's, quote, glad, end quote, that House Majority Whip Steve Scalise was shot last week. Now, I'm going to pause there for a second. You've got to have some chutzpah to be in the political world, well, in the limelight, period, just to be a public figure and not think that in 2017 somebody isn't recording your butt somewhere.
And not only that, but you also have to have a lot of that same. You have to have some big brass ones
for real.
To come out and say this to anybody.
Yes.
And to think that it's not going to get out.
Oh, I know.
But to just say this, especially in the political world nowadays, and have that sort of area where you're like, yeah, I'm in the confines of my own home. I'm still not going to say this stuff.
Yeah, the nuggets on this guy are massive. Phil Montag, or Montag.
Whatever.
He's fired now in the employment line, so it doesn't matter. The now former co-chair of the state's party technology committee. Really, do we have to have a technology committee?
No.
Really?
No.
He was recorded saying he wishes Scalise, who is a Republican from Louisiana, were, quote, dead, end quote. Quote, his whole job is to get people convince Republicans to, insert explicitive here, kick people off of health care. I'm glad he got shot, end quote, Montag said in audio recording. Quote, I wish he was dead, end quote. We've been practicing that all day, and I hope I really hope it is as awesome as it sounded just now. The audio was posted on YouTube. Nebraska Democratic Chairwoman Jane Klebe confirmed. Man,
what are these names? Honestly, what are these names?
I don't know.
What's going on?
It's Nebraska. No offense to those in Nebraska, but those are like the names from like families that moved there and have never left.
They're just there.
And they're there, exactly. You don't have, people
who've never going to leave.
From what I hear in some of the places, I mean, other than the bitter cold, I wouldn't want to leave either. Anyway.
Maybe.
Yeah. But yes, Jane Klebe confirmed with Fox 42 out in, not sure who Fox 42 actually is in that instance.
Out in their area.
Yeah, out in that area. That the voice of the audio recording was, in fact, Montag's. And she went on to obviously condemn that, and we don't put up with violence, and blah, blah, blah. Our country is better than the political rhetoric that is out there from both the far right and the far left, end quote. Blah, 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 blah. Of course, she's going to disavow anything and everything.
And you can almost hear the smugness in her voice while reading it.
Well, maybe not so much the smugness, but at this point, isn't it kind of becoming, I don't know, a bit repetitive?
Well, see, the problem is here it is again. This guy gets caught basically with his pants down in this instance, and he's going through and he's saying all this, and he gets caught with a hot mic. And now he's coming out and saying that, it was taken completely out of context and he was horrified by the shooting and he didn't call for the congressman's death. But he did. We're
going to, again, here's his quote. Quote, his whole job is to get people, convince Republicans to, you dropped the ball. You're supposed to beep.
Oh, beep.
Oh, my God. Kick people off.
Sorry.
Beep. Healthcare. Oh, but see, we had it good in this.
I know. I'm all off now.
I'm glad he got shot. I wish he was dead. Now, I'm sorry, but I wish he was dead. There's no way to take that out of context.
You notice we don't have a beep machine.
We do, actually. I took it off the queue.
That's right. We don't have a beep machine anymore.
I do. Well, it's easy to fix.
Yeah.
We'll have it in the next one. I promise.
Next one, promise.
Next show, or the next show.
That way.
The next segment, I'll have it put in, and we'll play with it there. But anywho, how do you take that out of context? I mean, seriously, whether you truly believed it or not, and again, this goes back to a conversation I had today, similar when it came to the whole Johnny Depp thing, was, a lot of people are just saying it to say it. Whoops. Sorry.
He's breaking the mic, folks.
I'm breaking stuff now.
He's breaking his own mic.
I'm just going to have to hold it now.
I think you are.
I love this show. But no, people are just saying stuff because they're just so angry. They're just saying stuff. And I don't honestly, really, truly believe that this douchebag really wants him dead. I don't. Even though he said, I wish you were dead. All of us have been at a point where we have been so passionate about a situation that we have turned around and said something that, if you really focused on the actual wording, was wrong. This guy took this from me. I'm going to kill him. Really? You're going to kill him?
That's not a good idea, guy.
Yeah, but you get my point.
Yeah.
We've all done that. We've all dabbled in the world of hyperbole. We've all dabbled in the world of exaggeration.
Yes.
We've all done it. And I because I want to believe in humanity, I believe that this guy did just that. Did he say something horribly stupid? Yes.
Of course.
Do I really think that he really wishes he was dead? I like to think not.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not. I
mean, it might be that he is just that far off.
Maybe. I mean, there are people out there that like that. I mean, the guy that shot everybody. Hello.
Hi, guys.
And
I mean, he is part of the Democrat Party, and I don't want to bring too much into this, but they are calling for violence in literally every form that they can.
That's true, too.
So when you have somebody that's coming from that sort of party, and you have a party that's actually promoting violence upon violence upon violence upon violence upon violence. Did I mention violence? Hey, by the way, there's violence. And violence toward a specific party, not just going out there and saying, these people are bad. No, it's these darn Republicans. I said darn because I'm making sure you don't have to do the beep. They're stupid, and they're getting us killed, and they're going to kill your grandmother, and they're going to make your grandfather fall off a cliff somehow. And
I mean, granted, this kind of, talk has been around since, wasn't it Adams and Jefferson that...
Oh, yeah. I mean,
pikes on heads, or heads on pikes in the streets.
Pikes on heads, that's good.
Pikes on heads.
That's called a unicorn.
Oh, man. No, but there's... Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't it Adams that was accused of being the hermaphrodite and all that jazz?
Yeah.
But yeah, that stuff goes back forever. Speaking, that's later on in the show.
Later on in the show, folks.
You don't want to miss. Don't want to miss it.
No.
But no, and call me naive, but I want to believe that he said it out of passion, out of coming from a world of exaggeration and hyperbole. I don't believe the man really wanted him dead.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you. I understand where you're coming from. I kind of see that as well. But it's just that whole point.
I really want to keep believing in humanity, and they're making it really hard.
Yeah, and I mean, this is once again, just like we talked about in previous weeks, this is red team, blue team.
Yeah.
It's the same crap, guys.
Yep.
The same stuff. Why do these people keep falling for the same stuff? Every single time.
I think it's because they're used to it.
They're just so down in the mire of it all that it's just all deep darkness inside of them. It makes them do this stupid crap.
They're not getting a Christmas card from me this year. I promise you that.
Merry Christmas.
No, I don't. I mean, first off, that was again. This is 2017, dude. You're a politician. What makes you think that nobody's recording you ever, anywhere?
And even if you're not a politician, you're working for the committee. You're working for the technology committee.
Thank you.
for a specific party guy.
Yeah.
And, I'm sorry, the Democrat Party Technology Committee, what do you do?
Work for the NSA?
Maybe. Do you keep track of everybody? Is that what's going on? Is that what we're doing here?
I don't know. I don't.
Do you hand out iPads to everybody for free? What is this?
I go to schools and I teach lectures. I don't know. Right now, I know what he does.
Nothing.
He's standing in the unemployment line.
I don't think he's going to stand in the unemployment
No,
line.
at this point,
he's probably going to be a lobbyist. He worked for the
I don't
DNC.
know, though. I don't know.
Oh, come on.
But think about it. This is not just, I quit or I, got caught with a little kid. Like,
what?
Like an Anthony Weiner. That's where I was going. I know, but I'm saying it's not like that. This is hey, I got accused of, inciting violence technically and wishing, death on someone.
Yes.
On an open mic.
Yeah.
I don't think if he makes it to a lobbyist firm, he's probably going to be like a janitor.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't understand it.
He's going to be sweeping everything up, man. It's going to be good times. Well, folks, we are going to take a break. I'm getting the signal. We're getting signals. I'm used to being the one giving the signal, so this is a little bit awkward.
It's okay.
It is. I'm going to take some getting used to.
It's really fine.
We're going to be right back. You are listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. And welcome back, folks. You are listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on Lanterns Radio Network. My name is Dylan. Steven's running the board.
Hey!
This is really awkward. I'm just so out of my realm right now.
He's so out of his... He's so out of the way. He can't even see the computer. He's all freaking out.
I am.
There.
I'm so used to being in control of everything. I'm used to being at the helm, and
He likes his power trip.
I don't know. I know I've gone from being behind the throttle to sitting in the captain's chair. And
you are now the talent.
Exactly. We're using that word loosely. I'll tell you that right now.
But that's the deal, right?
No, it is. No, you're absolutely right. It feels weird. All right, Spock. All engines full ahead. That's what I feel like we're doing right now.
He's like, number one, I order you to take a number two.
And don't come back until I count to three.
That's right. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, well, as we mentioned earlier, we're very proud of our title for this week's show, which was Bigots, Traitors, and Trannies. And now we're on to the traitor part.
Because there are a few of them.
There are a few of them.
But we're going to go speak specifically to one.
Very specifically. Steven, our beloved Steven.
Hi. How's it going, guys?
He probably needs to switch to decaf, it sounds.
What
but
are you talking about?
He actually is the one who brought this story
To the Lanterns page, anyway.
To the Lanterns page. It is under his thing, so you need to go check that out, lanterns.buzz. So, Steven, since this is your baby, take this away.
Oh, okay. So, the article is titled Treason, China, and DoD Contractors. So, just, what was it, the 22nd? So, that was what, Thursday, I think? Is that right? Thursday?
Yes, that was
Thursday, a Mr. Kevin Mallory, who's now age 60, used to be a holder of top secret clearance because he was a DoD contractor.
Wait a minute, you said used to be.
Yeah, used to be.
Did we lose him?
No. He just stopped being a contractor for the DoD.
Oh, he got a better job.
I think he retired, or he changed into some sort of other thing, which kind of brings us into what he actually did. So in 2012, he stopped being a DoD contractor, and this man, being the intelligent person that he is, also knows Mandarin.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so he's fluent in Mandarin, has top secret clearance, which was canceled in 2012, but it doesn't matter because he kept all the documents. You see...
Wait a minute. So...
What?
Hold on.
Okay.
So he was a contractor.
Yes.
With top secret clearance.
Yes.
Fluent in Mandarin.
Yes.
And...
Did I mention it was for the DoD?
Well, you did now.
Just want to put that... It's the
contracted to the DoD.
Yes.
He quits in, you said, 2012.
Yes.
And he kept all the paperwork.
Apparently so. At least some of it.
All the stuff he had.
At least some of it.
Huh.
The reason I say that is because, what was it? Back in March of this year, he came home from China, where he was having a meeting, apparently, with the People's Republic of China. And,
factions. Now I'm confused again. So he used to be a top secret contracted agent with the DoD.
Yes.
Who is fluent in Chinese and Mandarin.
Yes.
And came back from...
Recently.
Very recently, from China.
Yes. On what would have generally been considered a business trip.
But he's unemployed, so how would it be a business trip?
Or let me phrase that. He's unemployed.
We assume he's unemployed. He's no longer...
he still has a very nice lifestyle, so... Well, at least until he got caught. And so he was picked up by the FBI at the airport, apparently, and went into a voluntary interview with the FBI after he got back. They said because they like to keep tabs on all of their people that have had top secret clearance.
They do.
And that's true. But then again, what about Hillary Clinton? Speaking of which, so...
saw what you did there.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, Mr. Mallory, not only was he going over there and talking to the People's Republic of China, but he was also talking to other agencies in China and other foreign agencies and authorities in the area. In doing so, he also was caught by the FBI passing along top secret and secret documentation with those letters and words just kind of blacked out. He literally just blacked them out of the page.
He took a Sharpie.
He just took a Sharpie, or he put a square over it and copied it. And
like, why that particular part of the document would be redacted doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Why did you redact top secret and not the rest of it?
Not the rest of it.
I mean, so it says top secret. Shouldn't you redact everything else except for the line that says top secret?
At least something else.
I mean, you have to. Well, so these were caught in transfer. The FBI then arrested Mr. Mallory because, unlike Hillary Clinton, he is actually held to a higher standard.
Isn't that a weird concept?
As an agent or former agent or former contractor who also worked with the Department of Defense. And seeing as he just redacted the stuff, like, how she was talking about all of her people, just take off the little portion that says top secret and then send it to me.
Yeah, that's the problem with that is where he failed is he should have had a server in his bathroom.
Oh, man.
And he could have got away with it.
You know what he could have done?
Problem.
He could have just had a server in his bathroom, and if he had a server in his bathroom, and then he let the Chinese hack it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just allow them to hack it because
ignorance.
It was, whatever. Yeah. And then feign the ignorance of it and just be like, yeah, I didn't know. And then they could say, well, it's the intent. And he didn't intend for it to be hacked. So he didn't intend for that stuff to get leaked.
Because we know intent is...
But he also accepted money for this stuff.
Ooh. Yeah, they frown on that.
They frown on that. So he was accepting money for information. We don't know for exactly how long, but what we do know is that he was charged. Oh, and let me find the exact quote of the charging here. I want to make sure that I get it right. Department of Defense, contractor, charged. Oh... Formally charged with gathering or delivering defense information to aid a foreign government. And making false statements to the FBI.
Yeah, you don't lie to the FBI. You don't lie to... They frown on that. That's another thing that they frown on. There's a lot of...
They seem to be frowning on a lot of things today.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
just kind of finding that out.
Just a little bit. It's amazing. Like, we don't hear about a lot of espionage like this anymore. This used to be big.
Yeah, usually it's not a thing.
It used to be huge back during the Cold War, and now you're just kind of like, oh, well.
They even have a TV show about it called The Americans.
They do indeed. No, but, here lately our enemy has become ISIS, which, for all intents and purposes, we've just grown accustomed to thinking, well, they're not that smart. Or they're not after that. They're after, conversion or destruction. They're not after... let's.
I was about to say they are smart enough for people that lives in caves. They are smart.
No, and I give you that, but I'm saying they're more about the physical and not the
technology.
Exactly. Yeah, they're unlike the Russians who would be quite content to just have you come home and suddenly you don't have a home and someone else lives there and it's all been transferred and there's no trace of your existence.
Right.
They would do that just for the sheer joy of it. ISIS doesn't do that.
Right. They just kill you and your family in every generation and all the way back. Kind of like North Korea.
Kind of like North Korea. That was sidebar.
And speaking of North Korea,
sidebar.
Speaking of North Korea and China, hey guys, they're our enemy.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
That fat guy in Korea is our friend.
He may be the friend of Dennis Rodman, but he's not the friend of America.
How did he get that gig?
I don't know. I don't get. I guess crazy met up, and suddenly it was okay.
I don't know. I think maybe
his crazy blends well with that crazy, and
I think that little Porky Pig looking dude thinks that he would be cool if he was hanging out with Dennis Rodman. I don't know.
It makes him cooler.
It does. No, it doesn't. Newsflash there, Porky. It doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't. It's a shame. The things that people do for money.
Yeah. It used to be, the song, The Things They Do for Love.
Yeah, now it's the things that they do for money.
Yeah, and I don't understand it. It's like, why are you doing this anyway? First off, Dennis Rodman isn't making money off of this.
Yeah, he is.
Is he? Is he making money off of going to North Korea?
Last I heard, he was going to sell T-shirts.
Oh, my goodness.
He's selling T-shirts. I think there was a brief point.
Wait.
Hold on.
Wait. What's the T-shirt going to look like?
I'm going to preface what I'm about to say as this was having one ear on the radio, and I don't know if this was tongue-in-cheek. I don't know how clear this is. I have not factually checked this. But from what I thought I'd heard on one of the local radio stations, that apparently Dennis Rodman was convinced that he had been the one to help get that Otto kid.
Yeah.
What was his name? What was his last name? Otto. I keep saying it wrong. Warburner. The kid that got captured for stealing the
or
arrested for
he got arrested for stealing a sign, and then he
stealing a propaganda
then he was beaten
poster
basically
to
death, and then
literally
dropped,
he was beaten into a coma, and then
dropped on our doorstep.
North Koreans went, "Oh crap, he's gonna die. Here, you can have him back now."
You are correct, sir. Dennis Rodman to sell T-shirts to save the world.
Boom.
New York Post.
Boom. God,
that's so bad,
isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
He thinks that
what are you doing?
There was a brief moment that he thought he got the kid released until they found out that he had all the head trauma and he was, in a coma, and then unfortunately, God rest his soul, he later died.
Right, but they do say, one of the good things is they do say the family says that when he got home to the United States, they could see a physical difference in him after about a day when like it seemed like he realized that he was home and he wasn't being beaten anymore.
Yeah. Which is good. I mean, it's sad the way it went. And the funny part is, North Korea said that he took a sleeping pill and
got some sort of illness and it got to his brain.
Yeah,
and that's just
which was not true.
You can't.
And he got beaten literally within an inch of his life, and
North
Koreans went, "Oh crap! If he dies, we're in trouble."
Exactly. So that's the whole thing. Dennis Rodman is going to sell Ambassador Rodman T-shirts. I come in peace, and it has Dennis Rodman and the world on that.
Oh, good times. Good times. Well, folks, we're going to wrap this up for a second. We're going to be right back listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network.
You're listening to the Lanterns Radio Network. We are the network dedicated to empowering the individual, illuminating the truth, defending American exceptionalism, and inspiring future generations. Stay connected and get involved at lanterns.buzz. For great radio, get commentary and news of the day. Lanterns.buzz.
And welcome back, folks. You are listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. My name is Dylan. Steven's running the board.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Yay! This is still so awkward.
I know.
You can find us on social media. You can find us on Facebook at Defenders of American Exceptionalism. You can find us on Twitter at DOAE Show. Oh, we'll be live tweeting. Say hey. Drop us a line.
You know we're there.
We're there. We like to socialize.
Yep.
It's fun times. Oh, Steven, I'm pooped. It's been one of them weeks, man. Thank God it's over.
I know.
Thank God it's over.
I understand completely what you mean. You know what'll brighten your spirits, though?
I have an idea. I don't know what you were going to do, but I know what I'm going to do.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Describe to me the characteristics of a man. So when you think of man, what do you think of?
I mean, what are we talking about? Are we talking about personality? Are we talking about physical attributes?
Mainly physical. Physical. But, I mean, first thing that pops into your head. When I say man, what's like the first things that pop into your head?
Well, so a man has, it has a, I don't know if I can say these words on the radio here. A guy has a.
Well, no. Besides that.
Oh. Okay.
Besides that.
But
it's a good point to.
Yeah.
That is what makes a man a man. Okay.
Yeah. Heavy testosterone levels.
Makes, usually for a hairier individual.
Yes, usually hairier. Probably
stronger.
Can grow a beard. or somewhere close, or at least grow stubble. As I cannot grow a beard at all, and it bothers me to no end.
Ugh. We all have our faults.
Yeah, that's mine. Usually stronger.
Okay.
In general, usually has more stamina and physical activity. Generally slower in conversation.
True.
Yeah, I mean, we are.
Yeah,
we have to give that to
It's
slightly. I mean, why you ask?
Okay,
Why do you ask?
I was gonna say
Why do you
because
ask?
so out of all of those attributes that you've named, and even ones that other people are screaming into their radio right now, that haven't been named,
because they do scream into the radio. We can't hear you, by the way. We wish we could.
Yeah, we wish you could. That's why we have social media. Anyway, so of all those attributes, if I said a menstrual cycle, I noticed you didn't mention that. If I mentioned menstrual cycle, would that make you think of a man?
No.
Why is that?
Guys don't have the equipment for that.
I'm sorry, what?
Guys don't have...
I had drinking my coffee. I didn't hear that. Say it again.
Okay. Guys do not have the equipment to have a menstrual cycle.
So you're saying that men and women are different?
Yes.
Okay. Men and women are different.
Men and women are different.
So a man can't have a menstrual cycle.
Correct. An actual man cannot
I
have.
might argue with you on this. Apparently, I'm looking at an article right now. A guy, Jamie Raines is his name, a 22-year-old guy from the UK, revealed in a video June 14th the experience of having a menstrual cycle for the first time in nearly 4 years.
Yeah. Okay, I see it. I see it here.
I mean, that's the guy says right there. It says a guy,
Yeah.
a man.
Well, it says, it didn't make me any less of a man.
This is true because it's a man having a menstrual cycle. Now, I think that there's something going on. You don't need to be. We're amongst friends. We're in a safe tree. There's no judgment here. It's okay to admit that you've had your cycle.
I don't have a cycle.
But it says right here.
I don't have a cycle.
It says right here.
I don't have a cycle.
Well, then why is it that you don't have a cycle and this guy?
Because that guy is
has
not
a
a
cycle.
guy.
It says guy.
You might want to continue reading down the bottom here.
Jamie Raines, age 22, man from United Kingdom.
Right. But if you actually read the title of this, let's kind of get back up here and.
It didn't make me any less of a man.
Yeah.
Man gets menstrual cycle. Social media erupts.
I believe you skipped a word.
No, it says right there.
I believe you skipped a word.
It didn't make me any less of a man. In quote, man gets menstrual cycle. Social media erupts.
You're taking it out of context. Literally out of context. Of the direct context from what we're reading. What type of man has a cycle?
Oh, whoa, man!
That's right!
You like that, huh?
That's good!
You thought I was going to say
That's
transgender
right.
man.
Well, that's
didn't
because
you?
it says transgender right in the title.
I know, it is. Some douchebag who apparently was a woman.
So not really a douchebag.
Well, I guess that is kind of inappropriate when you think about the
Yeah, well,
term.
I mean, that's what they use sometimes to...
Anyway, moving on.
I just gave you a visual that you'll never get out of your head. Never.
Thank God I'm not hungry. Okay. Apparently, the reason why
Sorry,
this
folks.
air quotes air quote man,
Air quotes.
had cycle for the first time in nearly 4 years is because of shortly quitting taking certain testosterone injections and switching to a less potent form. Raines experienced a cycle for the first time since the transition from female to male 5 years ago.
I'm sorry, you still haven't transitioned.
I don't...
You still haven't transitioned.
This is true.
Even when you get that changed, you still haven't transitioned. Your genetic code will never
Hold on,
change.
you're talking logic and facts and reason and...
Stop denying the science!
Yeah. Call Al Gore. You can't argue that with them. And what's funny is if you read this article, this article just makes you just want to scream. I'm quoting from the Blaze. This individual, Miss Rains. I'm sorry. I don't.
You're
a
right.
woman. You're a female. You will always be a female. It doesn't matter what the box is on the outside. On the inside, you're still
I see what you did there.
You did. Thank you. Quote, a little while after I switched, I had a visit from an incredibly very unwelcome guest, end quote. Rain said during a YouTube video. All right, sidebar for a slight second. And I'm full of these tonight, I know.
A lot of sidebars.
Mm-hmm. Why would you broadcast that?
Because you want to make a point of it.
Really?
I mean, she has 100,000 followers.
I got that. But what I'm trying to say is, isn't this like, let's say you decide you want to break into acting.
Yeah.
And the only gig you find is for a laxative commercial. You see where I'm going with this?
Do you really want to present that?
Exactly. Are you going to be like, Mom, sit down, Grandma, check this out? No,
Look.
You're not going to be proud of that.
I mean, it's going to be money.
Yes, but you're not going to be going, dude, look, there's me.
got an acting career.
Yes, I started my acting career being constipated. No, that's not how this works. You're going to be embarrassed. So how does this not embarrass this individual? Like, seriously.
I think it does, and that's the thing. I mean, the person is going through, from what it sounds like their YouTube account, which everybody follows, is literally just a video blog for them. And so this is their daily blog. They go through, and they're talking about their day and what happened or their week. And
this is why God invented journals.
Well, that's what this is now. YouTube is now a journal for a lot of people. And so this story, which broke and the media erupted about it and everybody's going crazy, is really just a girl writing in her journal about how she wants to be a boy. But Aunt Flo keeps joining the party.
See what you did there.
Yeah.
I'm really getting sick of this whole trans thing. I really am.
I mean, not as sick as this person was about getting her time a month.
Hey-o.
She was crying, and it was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from what I've seen with my wife. That's a normal reaction to.
It is a normal reaction. Usually it involves an 8 to 12 hour marathon of Lifetime Network and chocolate or Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't. But I'm as a whole, this whole transgender thing is just getting on my nerves. I don't understand. There was a video that we had shared amongst each other, and I'm going to share it with the rest of y'all, of another transgendered man, quote unquote, who is pregnant. And apparently, like, if you watch what this lady is saying, she's like, oh yeah, no, I've taken the testosterone pills, and I've done this, and I've done that. But
and that's all I want to do.
That's all I want to do. I still have all the parts, and I'm happy being this way. I'm like, But
you weren't happy being the way that you were when you were born.
I don't.
And so now you're happy that you look like a guy that's pregnant?
Because that's not weird. That's not against science.
I mean, I've seen a bunch of guys at church that look like they're pregnant, but they're just
look
fat.
like I'm pregnant.
No,
Shut
you
up.
don't. You're just.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It can kick.
I mean,
it'll. I look like I'm 6 months pregnant.
Oh goodness, that really depends on.
If it wasn't for the beard, I'd have old ladies coming up here putting their hand on my belly.
When did she do?
Shut up.
And you wonder why John asked. Oh goodness.
Hard.
Oh.
But no, I'm really, I don't understand why we have to be. There's a lot of things about this whole story that just has me completely confused. Like I said, I don't understand why people feel the need to divulge every single little thing of their day. I don't care what you're getting ready to eat. I don't care that you pooped for 5 minutes this morning instead of your usual 10. I don't care that, that you couldn't find your, the matching socks, so you had to go to black socks, which is awkward, but as long as you don't cross your legs, no one will ever know. I don't care.
Right.
And I don't know why other people do. If your life is that dull, that's the exciting part of your day, is to find out what someone else is doing,
You kind of need a new life.
then I think I need a new life.
Well, I mean that's the whole point. Everybody is living
far away.
vicariously through everybody else now.
And no one's actually living. There's irony.
So
right
nobody's
there. It's a vicious
living.
circle.
Everybody's just talking about how their day went, and they're looking at each other and they're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that you went through that, and I am so sorry for you, and my day is gonna be so much more blessed because I've gotten to talk to you today." What?
Your struggle and you're powering through this is making me stronger.
Yeah. How? How?
Like, but you just said, like, I did not honestly think about it until you just said it like that. It's true. So we've gotten to a point where people are following other people. People are watching other people's lives, living vicariously through them. And because no one is actually out doing anything amazing or doing actual life, then what happens is you have this stupid stagnant thing where, look at the, steak that I'm getting ready to eat. Post it on Instagram, and that's exciting. That gets, likes and retweets and all this other jazz because
I took a picture of my steak one time, and then I shared it, and I got 5 likes, and it was nice, and I felt good.
it's about the gist of it. I mean, I did take a picture and share my steak one time, but it's because it was a $150 steak.
I mean, that's a really expensive steak. Holy mess!
It was that was the total bill. We had saved up to go to Angus Barn, and it was a special.
Well,
occasion.
Angus Barn is a whole nother.
Yeah, no, that's a whole other story. But no, it was worth every bit of it. But it was one of those, hey, we may never come back here ever again. Let's take a
I'm
picture.
going to take a picture of this.
Let's share this moment because God knows it may
I'm
never
never
happen
gonna eat it
again. Ding dong, fries are done.
Ding dong, fries are done.
Somebody forgot to turn the ringer off.
I'm sorry, guys.
Thank God this isn't radio or anything.
I know,
'cause people
right?
can hear it.
Nobody can hear any of that.
But no, I just I really don't understand. To me, I mean, all it is they're trying to get attention. In the end, they're just trying to get attention. Well, I want to be a man, or I want to be a woman. Why can't we go back to days where if you're going to be like that, just go and drag and be done with it?
Well, that still happens. Didn't you hear about the 9-year-old?
Oh God, the Canadian.
Yeah, the 9-year-old boy that's going around and saying that, if your parents don't allow you to be this way, or your parents don't do this, or your parents aren't good for this, then they're abusive to you.
Yeah, I
and you should you should find new parents.
Yeah. Or what about the, did you hear about the, since we're just spitballing these wonderful little stories out there, little snippets, did you hear about was it the principal that had a drag show?
Oh, you
during
talking about
a
where he
PTA
showed
meeting?
up?
Yeah.
He showed up in drag.
Yes.
Yeah.
During a PTA meeting.
Scantily clad.
Yes, and did a dance.
And I don't think people were very happy about that.
No, I don't. I think he is with that congressman in the unemployment line.
He may have chosen the wrong time to come out. I mean, that's probably not the best.
I understand, people want to make statements and
you want to be who you want to be.
Yeah, and you want to make it whatever it's going to be. You want to be profound and you want to be big, and I got that. That probably was ill-timed.
Very ill. You don't go in front of a PTA meeting and go, "Hi, guys!"
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
Time to strike up the music!
Yeah, PTA meeting is probably not the best place to do your RuPaul impression.
Do you like my fishnets?
Look, these are 3-inch stilettos!
And fishnets, and I've got, what is this? A boa.
I don't know. I saw that article and I was like,
guys,
this is why I don't want my kids in public school. I can't take it.
It is such an idea of saying, well, I'm just going to teach my kids, and they're going to learn at home, and we're just going to go through it the right way, and my kids are just going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would much rather just, take the kids and take the family and go to a cabin in the woods.
A cabin in the woods?
Mm-hmm. Like far, far away from people.
But Are you talking about for like a weekend or?
Oh no, there's actually a part of me that just kind of wants to cut everything loose and just leave everything behind and disappear.
I mean, please don't cut everything loose. I don't want to see that.
I really don't know where you're going with it, and I'm scared to keep on talking because
Oh,
I'm
good.
afraid of where you're going to take this.
I mean, we just got through with the transgender comments, and then drag
that's
queens.
where
and
I was
going through-
afraid
Yeah,
of.
yeah, exactly where it's going.
I had a feeling.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tonight is not going to be a good night,
No, it's not.
especially if you're going to cut it loose.
I should have known better than to open my mouth. You should have said anything.
Goodness,
Doggone it.
sorry, guys.
But no, I just I'm starting to severely lose faith in humanity, and I keep trying to hold on for dear life.
It's a problem. It really is. And I mean, the faith in humanity part, honestly, I'm not going to say I have a lot of faith in humanity. I have faith in my God.
Oh, and I just do
And
as well.
but that gives me a slight dampening there when it comes to humanity because he made us. We just decided not to follow what he wanted us to do, and it's increasingly hard to do the same to do that. It's increasingly hard to follow even in our daily life what that is and what that means, and you look at where the society is going, and I don't know if it's that people are just becoming freer or more lucid, or they're just out there, and you know what? This is the time to do it because nobody has been doing it, and it's now everybody's doing it, and if I don't get into it now, then there may come a time when it's going to be shut down, and so we all have to do it again and again. It's just crazy.
No, I don't know.
What are we doing?
I don't know. I was talking with Jonathan today. Good old buddy Jonathan Dunn. I'd made a comment. We were talking about how we were actually kind of doing tongue in cheek about if people would just follow certain things and certain sayings, and one of the things that came to mind was it's funny that it's so confusing that the way that humanity is going, and it brings true to that old adage, the Bible verse of wide is the way that leads to destruction, but narrow is the path, and few that find it. And that's where we're at right now, unfortunately.
Wide is the way of society and where everything is going. Everything is acceptable. Everything is good, from violence to death threats to
sex to
gender identities, 182 of them, and everything is fluid and open and sophisticated, and it's back to whatever it was.
Yep.
And people we're voting ourselves, we're literally voting ourselves out of our sanity.
Yep. And you can't complain about it when it's all gone. So
exactly. And I mean, come on. Really, guys? That's what we're going to do? We're going to go down as the society that what?
That kissed it all goodbye.
I mean,
over feeling.
Over feelings instead of logic and thought.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is society today.
Bingo.
It is feelings, how I feel.
Exactly. Well, folks, we're going to wrap this up. We're done for the night. This controlling thing is messing with me.
It's really messing with me.
Messing with me. Like, I'm over here just jittery as all get out.
He's like, I don't know if he's going to get the buttons right or not.
I'm praying to God this is all
right.
sounding good. You can catch us on Facebook, Defenders of American Exceptionalism, DOAE Show on Twitter. Folks, thank you for listening and tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Drop us a line. Say hey. We will catch y'all next week. Bye-bye.